Are you tired of feeling like a restless leaf in the whirlwind of modern life, yearning for a guiding philosophy that can anchor you in peace, purpose, and perspective? Do you crave an inner equilibrium so solid it feels unshakable, even when the storms of chaos rage around you? In today's frenetic world, two ancient traditions promise just that: Stoicism and Taoism. Though separated by time, geography, and cultural context, these philosophies share core insights that can revolutionize how you perceive life and respond to adversity. Yet they also diverge in fascinating ways that can guide you toward a more complete understanding of who you are and how you choose to exist in this vast cosmic tapestry. If you've ever questioned how to navigate conflict, overcome anxiety, or simply find a more fulfilling daily routine, then this exploration into Stoicism versus Taoism could hold the keys to your personal transformation. Buckle up, because in this video we're diving deep into the heart of these timeless teachings, uncovering three shared pillars that link them and three striking differences that set them apart. By the end of this journey, you'll be equipped with profound insights to cultivate inner harmony and harness a worldview that resonates with your soul. Before we delve into the three similarities and three differences, it's essential to appreciate the broad strokes of each tradition's backdrop. Imagine Stoicism as a strong and steady oak tree that grew out of the bustling public squares of ancient Greece and Rome. Founded by Zeno of Citium around the 3rd century BCE, Stoicism blossomed into a formidable philosophy championed by figures like Seneca, Epictetus, and the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Its teachings emphasize virtue, rationality, and the importance of focusing on what lies within our power. On the other side, Taoism, or Taoism, unfolded in ancient China, primarily guided by texts attributed to Laozi, also spelled Lao Tzu, and Zhuangzi. It is often symbolized by flowing water or gently drifting clouds, representing effortless action, known as Wu Wei, and the deep harmony found in nature. Both traditions address a world marked by chaos, uncertainty, and human suffering. Each proposes that peace and happiness are achievable not by radically altering the external world, but by transforming our internal landscape. Let's begin our deeper dive by revealing the three similarities that stand like bridges between these two philosophical giants. Similarity number 1, emphasis on inner mastery. Stoics teach us to regulate our emotions and focus on what is within our control, namely our thoughts, choices, and moral character. This is encapsulated by Epictetus's claim: it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. While Taoists, in their own poetic way, stress the importance of aligning with the natural flow of life, or the Tao. This alignment isn't about battling external events, but moving gracefully within them, like a leaf carried by the current of a river, neither resisting nor forcing. Both traditions point to a turn inward. They direct us to examine our mindset instead of attempting to reshape external reality. In a modern world flooded with social media pressure and constant comparison, learning to govern our internal state is profoundly liberating, like discovering a stillness at the very center of a hurricane. Similarity number 2, the pursuit of harmony. When Stoicism speaks of living in accordance with nature, it underscores the idea that we're part of a larger cosmos, governed by rational laws. By aligning our personal will with the rational order of the universe, we find a sense of harmony that transcends petty desires and fleeting emotional states. Taoism, famously rooted in the concept of the yin-yang, also underscores balance: day and night, light and dark, action and stillness. Just as Stoics encourage living in alignment with universal reason, Taoists encourage living in harmony with the effortless unfolding of life. The result in both traditions is a sense of belonging and a connectedness to something vast and divine, a recognition that your personal journey is woven into the grand tapestry of existence. Similarity number 3, the art of letting go. Both Stoicism and Taoism teach us that attachment can be a trap. Stoicism warns against irrational desires, grief, and anxieties over things beyond our control. Meanwhile, Taoism's principle of Wu Wei, often translated as effortless action or action without striving, emphasizes that forcing outcomes, clinging to rigid expectations, or swimming upstream against the current of life only saps our energy and leads to misery. In simpler terms, let go of what you can't control and focus instead on your inner freedom. The result? A newfound sense of calm, openness, and resilience. Especially in our modern environment, where stress levels run high and uncertainties are the norm, this act of letting go can feel like removing a heavy cloak you didn't realize you were carrying. 3 fascinating differences. Now that we've covered the powerful threads that bind Stoicism and Taoism together, it's time to look at where they branch off. These differences aren't contradictory. Rather, they offer complementary viewpoints that can deepen your philosophical toolbox. Difference number 1, rational structure versus poetic fluidity. Stoicism is known for its logical framework and clear-cut arguments. Stoic thinkers often provide structured guidelines like the 4 cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, to steer individuals toward an ethical life. This rational, almost formulaic approach resonates strongly with people who value clarity and reason as pillars for decision-making. Taoism, on the other hand, embraces mystery. The Tao Te Ching opens with, "The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao." In other words, the ultimate truth is beyond words and rational analysis. Instead of rigid principles, Taoism often uses paradox, allegory, and poetic insight to invite a deeper, more intuitive understanding. Where Stoicism gives you a philosophical map, Taoism points to the surrounding landscape and whispers, "Feel your way." Both methods aim to deliver wisdom, but they do so through different channels. If you're analytically inclined, Stoicism's straightforward clarity may appeal to you. If you're drawn to symbolism and the intangible secrets of nature, Taoism's elusive beauty will likely resonate. Difference number 2, virtue ethics versus natural spontaneity. One of the cornerstones of Stoicism is the belief in virtue as the highest good. According to Stoic teachings, living a virtuous life, one governed by courage, integrity, and rational self-control, is the primary path to eudaimonia or human flourishing. External circumstances might bring hardship, but if you maintain your virtue, you remain anchored in a state of inner peace and moral excellence. While Taoism doesn't disregard virtue, it doesn't crown it as the supreme objective. Instead, the emphasis is on effortless being, allowing your actions to arise naturally from a state of alignment with the Tao. Morality in Taoism tends to emerge less from a strict code and more from a spontaneous harmony with life's unfolding. It's akin to watching a hawk glide on rising thermals. It's not trying to be virtuous, it just instinctively follows the currents that lift it higher. Hence, the difference lies in what you're aiming for: a life meticulously cultivated through virtue and rational discipline, or a life flowing in spontaneous accord with nature's subtle rhythms. Difference number 3, engaged presence versus peaceful detachment. A final notable difference lies in how each tradition views engagement with the world. The Stoics, particularly the Roman statesman Seneca and Emperor Marcus Aurelius, believed in active citizenship. They wrote their treatises amid the politics of empire, wars, and daily challenges. They taught that we must fulfill our roles in society with excellence, guided by virtue and reason. There's a sense of personal responsibility and moral duty that calls the Stoic to engage with the public sphere, whether as a politician, a teacher, or a craftsman, and do so ethically. Taoism, especially in later interpretations, often encourages a more withdrawn or detached stance, advising us to observe the world like a tranquil sage perched on a mountaintop. This doesn't necessarily mean turning away from society altogether, but there's a distinct sense that external entanglements can disturb the natural flow of life. Taoist texts sometimes highlight the wisdom of retreat, of doing nothing in a purposeful sense to allow the Tao to work unhindered by human ambition. Neither viewpoint is superior, they simply appeal to different dispositions and life circumstances. If your soul craves participation and structured contribution to society, Stoic activism might speak to you. If you yearn for a quieter path of introspection, Taoist detachment may call your name. 3 transformational principles. Just when you might think you have to choose one tradition over the other, here's where true power lies. Integration. The synergy of Stoic and Taoist teachings can offer a holistic map for navigating life. Below are 3 transformational principles. Think of them as philosophical hybrids that blend the rational clarity of Stoicism with the effortless flow of Taoism. Active surrender. Embrace Stoicism's focus on identifying what's within your control and acting with courage and integrity. Simultaneously, adopt Taoism's principle of wu-wei by releasing attachment to rigid expectations or forced outcomes. Make informed choices and then surrender to the unfolding present, trusting that life has its own grand design. Harmonious discipline. Cultivate Stoic virtues, discipline, justice, wisdom, while honoring the Taoist call to remain flexible and adaptive. This could mean having a disciplined morning routine but allowing space for spontaneity. Strive to be like bamboo, firmly rooted and disciplined, yet bending gracefully with the wind. Purposeful stillness. Both philosophies value stillness. Stoicism through introspection and controlled emotion. Taoism through quiet observation of nature and self. Integrate these by setting aside time daily for contemplation, whether it's meditating on Stoic maxims or quietly absorbing the beauty of a sunset. In these moments of stillness, you'll find the seed of wisdom that grows into right action. Modern-day relevance and emotional resonance. Now, you might be wondering, how do these ancient teachings help me deal with modern problems like career stress, information overload, and constant digital connectivity? The beauty of Stoicism and Taoism is their timeless application. Both remind us that inner peace and resilience are possible, even amidst the hustle of 21st century life, facing anxiety. By practicing Stoic techniques like rational self-inquiry, you learn to question your assumptions and see that many of your fears are projections, not realities. With Taoist principles, you flow with circumstances instead of battling them, allowing anxiety's grip to soften like a clenched fist releasing its hold, building meaningful connections. In a rapidly changing social landscape, applying the compassionate detachment of Taoism and the virtuous engagement of Stoicism can help you forge relationships that are both respectful and authentic, free from toxic dependencies. Finding work-life balance. Harness Stoic discipline to structure your day, but weave in Taoist spontaneity to ensure you remain open to life's unpredictability. Discover a balance that helps you excel at work, yet keeps you grounded in your personal life. Imagine cultivating a mindset that is simultaneously resilient and flowing, guiding you confidently through chaos while remaining deeply attuned to life's subtle rhythms. That mindset is within reach, and it arises from bridging the best of both Stoicism and Taoism. Powerful quotes to illuminate the journey. Throughout history, revered masters have condensed these vast philosophies into memorable lines. Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Lao Tzu, Taoism. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Keep these quotes close to heart as daily reminders. One underscores personal power in the face of adversity. The other reveals the quiet majesty of letting life unfold in its own time. As you can see, Stoicism and Taoism aren't dusty relics from ancient history. They're living philosophies poised to transform your modern existence. Whether you lean toward the rational discipline of Stoicism or the mystical harmony of Taoism, or an inspired fusion of both, what truly matters is your commitment to self-improvement, inner peace, and compassionate action in the world. So here's a challenge for you. Pick one principle from either Stoicism or Taoism, like focusing on what's within your control or practicing Wu Wei, and apply it to a real-life situation this week. Observe how it shifts your emotions, responses, and sense of calm. Notice if you can feel the difference between forcing life and flowing with it. If you found value in this deep dive, I invite you to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel for more transformative content, and share this video with someone who could benefit from these timeless truths. Join our growing community of seekers who embrace ancient wisdom to navigate modern challenges with grace and grit. Let's walk this path together, discovering a deeper, more balanced way to live.